Once upon a time, there was a boy who was struggling to find a job. You see, there was only a month left before graduation from magic school, and he'd been rejected 34 times. Or was it 35? Rejection letter after rejection letter. The problem is, no matter how hard he studied magic, or how well he did on his tests, or how powerful of a magician he was, Franz froze up during interviews. The anxiety petrified him. One day, his dorm mother took pity on him and introduced him to a friend of hers, someone who works in the black magic industry. Welcome once again to Musings by Danon. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Danon, and my two favorite genres are fantasy and romance. So on this channel, we talk a lot about both of those genres, which brings me to today's topic, the perks of working in the black magic industry. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. I gotta be honest, I am super happy that this series has finally gotten an official release. Yes, it's chapter by chapter and digital only, but that's fine. The author for this series also wrote I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level, as well as I'm the Demon Lord and I Married the Hero's Mother. The biggest difference between this series and the other two? Both of those are wholesome. They're more slice-of-life fantasy comedies than adventure stories. But black magic industry is smut. Wholesome smut, but still smut. Franz, our main character, is the top of his class in mage school. He's bright, earnest, and innocent, which means he wants nothing to do with black magic. After all, black magic is dirty, disgusting, and dangerous. Or at least that's what he's always believed. When Franz's dorm mother suggests he look into the black magic industry, he was shocked, to say the least. He doesn't want to sacrifice things or give up his lifespan. But he is desperate to get a job, and due to its reputation, the black magic industry is severely lacking in new workers. But Franz is still hesitant. After all, if he takes the job but winds up hating it, it'll reflect poorly on his record. His dorm mother reminds him that if he doesn't have a job by the time he graduates in a month, he'll be unemployed. Shocked, Franz agrees to the meeting. As is often the case, series with absurdly long titles started out as web novels, then got picked up as light novels, and then were finally made into manga. Oftentimes, the official English title will be a little bit different than what the fan translations called it. The fan-translated title of the original series is, Though young people recoil from entering the black magic industry, I found its treatment of employees quite good when I entered it, and the president and familiar are cute too, so everything is awesome. You wouldn't believe how hard this series was to pitch. I'm so glad the official English title is much shorter. So, we know based on the title that the president and familiar are cute. And she's a Kirby, a Kerberos in human form. And she's about 500 years old. For Franz, this is the first time meeting someone who gave their age in centuries rather than years. Oh, and her name is Kerker, and she's president of the Necrogrand Black Magic Company. Franz is quickly convinced to join. The benefits are amazing, the pay is double what the white magic industry pays, and the work isn't dirty, disgusting, and dangerous. It's now pure, pleasant, and permissive. Hooray for rebranding. Franz accepts, and Kerker takes him to their office. On his first ever try, Franz summons his familiar. After all, most black magic is done with familiars. They're used to clean swamps, help with graveyard and wasteland maintenance, and various other mundane tasks. But remember, Franz is the top of his class. He's an amazing mage. So on his first attempt to summon a familiar, he summons a high-ranking succubus. Syria is very excited to meet her new master. That night, she shows him exactly how excited she is. Wait, is this the backwashing trope I've heard so much about? Nope, it's the succubus trope. The series is very horny, but wholesome at the same time. You want to cheer Franz as he makes his way through life, learning how awesome both black magic and sex can be. And many times, the two combined. There was one thing I wanted to mention that happens a bit later on. There is a dark elf character in the series. Dark elves are kind of problematic. The idea that if you're black, you're an evil version of the race is a bit racist. But not in this series. Dark elves in this series are elves who left the forest and got a tan. No, I'm not joking. It is my favorite version of dark elves that I've ever seen. Also, in that same arc, there is some very clever speech bubble placement. If you want something that's both wholesome and horny, I highly recommend picking up Chapter 1 of The Perks of Working in the Black Magic Industry. I'll post a link to both Bookwalker and Amazon down below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits at gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. There are several tiers to choose from. You can pick an anime or manga for me to do a video about, or you can join our monthly manga club. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Pedro, Tom, Midge, Lucius, Detroff, Rally, Frank, Alex, Jenny, Alex, and Julio. You guys are awesome. I post anime or manga videos often, or you can click here to watch additional videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.